About 2 weeks ago, I did a video called Black YouTube, Leavening the Lump and Inspiring the Masses. And in less than the first 60 seconds, I went and checked, within the first 60 seconds, the context was given. And I used the clip of serial murderer Ted Bundy. And that was used to say that being educated or intelligent is not synonymous with good morals or good decision making in every area of life. Bundy defended himself in that trial, and although he lost, the judge told him that he did a good job. So good of a job that the judge said that he would have made a good attorney, and the judge said that he would have loved to have worked with him. And even before the first 60 seconds, I said that people try to paint this false image of educated and intelligence as some cookie cutter solution to our shenanigans that we love so much on here. I pointed out that the educated and the intelligent on here are the same people who engage in the various activities that they'll turn around and try to describe as degeneracy. Now, I'm a strong believer in the saying that goes, the whole is more than the sum of its parts. Right, and this is one of the reasons why I reject this notion of the white man did it. You know, when people blame everything on that thing that they keep calling white supremacy or that mirage that they call white privilege, as if we haven't played an essential role in all of this mess. The sum of its parts, it essentially means everybody makes the world go around. Like this big heavy machine here that can move Earth, but if I remove just one spark plug, all this big heavy machine will amount to is just one big useless piece of metal that can only sit there and rust. But I have a point to make, so I'm going to pretend that I don't know nothing about that sum of its parts thing for a little while, because here on YouTube you have people that will try to describe this mess on here as being the fault of the uneducated or the unintelligent. But you don't get to make this the fault of the degenerate, because all kinds of people have contributed to the making of this mess that we love so much on here. All this fussing and fighting we do on here, and won't stop, but all participate and contribute. All from the college graduate to the high school dropout, from the law-abiding citizen to the convicted felon, all are here. All are present, front and center. So you don't get to tell that lie that it's the hood nigga or it's the ghetto nigga. No. Everybody contributes. But the sum of its parts, I'm going to pretend I don't know nothing about that for a minute, because Pookie and Ray Ray and Shanika and Cookie and them are not the ones who have thought up this on our way to hell that the earth is headed towards. The ones that create all these things that aid us in destroying ourselves are not invented by no Pookie and Ray Ray. The ones who put these crazy laws on the books are not instituted by nobody's baby mama. Right? And you can go ahead, think of some destructive invention or a law that you think is crazy. Then ask yourself, did some hood nigga make it or put it on the books? But the ones who do it, they are hood, but just not the kind of hood that you're thinking. Right? These are the kind that are in suits and ties with no criminal record. They ain't gonna never have one. Right? These are the kind that ain't got no tattoos on their face. Like this death trap we know is the World Wide Web. And we're just about fucked for even being on here. And who thought it up? Tay-Tay and them? Wrong. Nah. Tay-Tay ain't think up this monstrosity. Right? These folks are not baby mamas with EBT cards who think this stuff up. These are your educated, the intellectuals who think up our own destruction in every way, shape, and form. So you don't get to tell that lie that it's the hood Negro that has things the way it is. Even here on the internet, the trash we love so much, it's all hands on deck. Academia or not. Everybody is here front and center. Now, something I've said a few times before, right? Because I do these better Negro commentaries. Been doing them for a long time. I've said that if it wasn't for the nigger, or what you ignorant people refer to as nigger shit, without it, we would be nothing more or nothing less than brown skin. Well, everybody on earth is brown skin, as well as melanated. But, you know, you got clowns on here trying to talk like we're unique, the only people with melanin, us as melanated beings and all that stuff, even though no human could exist without melanin. You couldn't even develop in the womb without melanin. but folks talk like we special. Even plants and animals and insects, they need their own version of melanin in them. They need it too to exist. But, anyway, without nigger culture, we would be nothing more or nothing other than brown-skinned white people with coiled hair. Just a bunch of brown-skinned white people is all we would be without nigger. Y'all are ungrateful towards your nigger culture. The very thing that makes us distinct from others. Right, but I'm going to leave it right there because I can go all day on that part. I go all day with that, but I'm going to leave it.
The University of Houston says they have created a fentanyl vaccine to keep people from overdosing on fentanyl.
If approved, they hope it'll stop people from relapsing when they're trying to recover. Janelle Bluda got a chance to talk to one of the lead researchers on this project.
The CDC says 107,000 people died of a drug overdose last year. 67% of that involved synthetic opioids like fentanyl.
The target population is individuals that want to quit.
Dr. Colin Hale with the University of Houston has been working on a project the past 5 years, developing a vaccine against fentanyl.
We are using components that are already in vaccines that are approved.
He says the vaccine works by creating anti-fentanyl antibodies in the body that when the drug is consumed, the antibodies bind to the fentanyl and block its ability to enter the brain, eliminating the drug's euphoric or high feeling, and the drug is pushed out of the body through the kidneys.
What is key is the prevention of fentanyl penetrating the brain.
Crazy invention. The drug to get people off drugs. How well did that turn out when they do that? All right? How many times have they thought up a drug to get people off the drugs, then have to make another drug to get them off the drugs that was supposed to get them off the drugs? That's not Felicia who think that stuff up. Right? Don't be telling me nothing. So don't be telling me nothing about how educated and intellect is synonymous with good character and good intentions. You don't get to tell that lie. They make the guns. We fire the guns. The sum of its parts. You don't get to just pick apart and make that the whole of the problem. But the better Negro, they run and hide from the leavening of the lump theory. And they hide by way of pointing fingers at the project living in baby mama incarcerated institutionalized black male.
Yeah, leave me out of it. That's why I don't f with nobody. That's why I just tell people leave me alone. Leave me alone. I ain't f with nobody. Leave me alone.
The leavening the lump means that it is the duty of the educated, the intellectual, the black people who are perceived to be the best and the brightest. It is their responsibility to help the others rise to greatness. But the better Negro runs and hides from that. Right? That's why they complain about ghetto and hood so much. It's so they don't have to deal with the leavening of the lump.
Yeah, I'm spitting real shit. You see how that spit? In my Maybach truck. Spitting that real shit.
Every bit of everything I mean, I make very clear. Every bit of everything I meant was stated and shown in these videos about the better Negro. Now, I do these videos about the better Negro. Been doing them for years. And each time, just like this time, somebody gets on their channel and lies on my intentions. Right? And I'm not going to bother mentioning the name of these knuckleheads that I'm responding to or that responded to my videos. But they tried to paint this picture of me that I have an issue against educated and intelligence.
Mr. Brown, what they?
They. Look at it. Kareem Akbar. That's right, the educated brother from the bank. He's the real head of the CMB, the brains behind the whole thing.
I told you, this thing is bigger than Nino Brown, and I got a list of proof. If I'm going down, I'm taking a whole lot of people with me.
Order in the court. Order in the court.
When all I've been doing is saying, yeah, it's ghetto, it's hood, but we also got the educated people from the bank here too. Just here making sure that it's not just the uneducated, ghetto, unintelligent folks on trial. So no, you don't get to paint this picture that the trifling activities that go on here are only because of the uneducated.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. Leave me out of it.